Pranam. The building and other construction workers within bracket regulation of employment and conditions of service within bracket close. Central Rules 1998. Part 1 Preliminary. Chapter 1 Rules 1 Short title application and commencement. Rules 2 Definitions. Rules 3 Interpretation of words not defined. Rules 4 Savings. Chapter 2 Responsibilities and duties of employers, architects, project engineers and designers, building workers, etc. Rule 5 Duties and responsibilities of employers, employees and others. Rules 6 Responsibilities of architect, project engineers and designers. Rules 7 Responsibilities of the persons in the service of the state, government and the board. Rules 8 Duties and responsibilities of workers. Rules 9 Exemptions. Part 2 Central Advisory Committee Registration of Establishment. Chapter 3 Central Advisory Committee. Rules 10 Constitution of Central Advisory Committee. Rules 11 Terms of office. Rules 12 Resignations. Rules 13 Cessation of membership. Rules 14 Disqualification for membership. Rules 15 Removal from membership. Rules 16 Manner of filling vacancies. Rule 17 Staff of Central Advisory Committee. Rules 18 Allowances of members. Rules 18 Disposal of businesses. Rules 20 Meetings. Rules 21 Notice of meetings and list of business. Rules 22 Quorum. Chapter 4 Registration of establishment. Rules 23 Manner of making application for registration of establishments. Rules 24 Grant of certificate of registration. Rules 25 Payment of additional fees and amendment of registers, etc. Rules 26 Conditions of registration. Rules 27 Fees. Chapter 5 Appeals, copies of orders, payment of fees, etc. Rules 28 Filling of appeal before the appellate officer. Rules 29 Failure to appear on the date of hearing. Rules 30 Restoration of appeals. Rules 31 Hearing of appeals. Rules 32 Copy of order of registration or of order in appeal. 33 Nil. Part 3 Safety and health. Chapter 6 General provisions. 34 Excessive noise, vibrations, etc. Rules 35 Fire protection. Rules 36 Emergency action plans. Rules 37 Fencing of motors. Rules 38 Lifting and carrying of excessive weight. Rules 39 Health of safety policy. Rules 40 Dangerous and harmful environment. Rules 41 Overhead protection. Rules 42 Slipping, tripping, cutting, drowning and falling hazards. Rules 43 Dust, gases, fumes, etc. Rules 44 Corrosive substances. Rules 45 Eye protection. Rules 46 Head protection and other protective apparel. Rules 47 Electrical hazards. Rules 48 Vehicular traffic. Rules 49 Stability of structures. Rules 50 Illumination of passageways, etc. Rules 51 Stacking of materials. Rules 52 Disposal of debris. Rules 53 Numbering and marking of floors. Rules 54 Use of safety helmets and shoes. Lifting appliances and gears. Construction and maintenance of lifting appliances. Rules 55. Rules 56 is test and periodical examination of lifting appliances. Rules 57 Automatic Safe Load Indicator ASLI. Rules 58 Installations. Rules 59 Winches. Rules 60 Buckets. Rules 61 Identification and Marking of Safe Working Load SWL. Rules 62 Loading of lifting appliances and lifting gears. Rules 63 Operator's cab or cabin. Rule 64 Operation of lifting appliances. Rule 65 Hoist. Rule 66 Fencing of and means of access to lifting appliances. Rules 67 Rigging of derricks. Rules 68 Securing of derrick foot. Rules 69 Construction and maintenance of lifting gear. Rules 70 Test and periodical examination of lifting gears. Rules 71 Ropes. Rules 72 Heat treatment of lifting gears. Rules 73 Certificate to be issued after actual testing and examination etc. Rules 74 Register of periodical test examination and certificates thereof. Rules 75 Vacuum and magnetic lifting gear. Rules 76 Knotting of chains and wire ropes. Rule 77 Carrying of persons by means of lifting appliances etc. Rule 78 Hoisting carrying persons. Rules 79 Attachment of loads. Rules 80 Tower cranes. Rules 81 Qualifications of operator of lifting winches and of signaler etc. 62 Chapters 8 Runways and ramps. Rules 82 Use of runways and ramps by building workers. Rules 83 Use by vehicles. Rules 84 Slope of ramps. Rules 85 Use by wheelbarrows etc. Chapter 9 Work on or adjacent to water. Rule 86 Transport by water. Rule 87 Prevention from drowning. Chapter 10 Transport and earth moving equipment. Rule 88 Earth moving equipment and vehicles. Rules 89 Power shovels and excavators. Rules 90 Bulldozers. Rules 91 Scrappers. Rules 92 Mobile asphalt layers and finishers. Rules 53 Pavers. Rules 94 Road rollers. Rules 95 General safety. Chapter 11 Concrete work. Rules 96 General provisions regarding use of concrete. Rules 97 Preparation and pouring of concrete and erection of concrete structures. Rules 98 Buckets. Rules 99 Pipes and pumps. Rules 100 Mixing and pouring of concrete. Rules 101 Concrete panels and slabs. Rules 102 Stressed and tensioned elements. Rules 103 Vibrators. Rules 104 Inspection and supervision. Rules 105 Beams, floors and roofs. Rules 106 Stripping. Rules 107 Reshoring. Chapters 12 Demolitions. 108 Preparation. Rules 108 Preparation. Rules 109 Protection of adjacent structures. Rules 110 Demolition of walls, partitions, etc. Rules 111 Method of operation. Rules 112 Access to floors. Rules 113 Demolition of structural steel. Rules 114 Storage of materials and articles. Rule 115 Storage openings. Rules 116 Inspection. Rules 117 Wearing signs, barricades, etc. Section Rule 118 Mechanical methods of demolition. Chapter 13 Excavation and tunneling works. Rules 119 notification of intention to carry out excavation and tunneling work. Rules 120 project engineer. Rules 121 responsible person. Rules 122 warming signs and notices. Rules 123 register of employment. Rules 124 illumination. Rules 125 stability of structures. Rules 126 piling, shoring and bracing. Rules 127 safe access. Rule 128 trenches. Rule 129 depth of trenches. Rule 130 positioning and use of machinery. Rule 131 breathing apparatus. Rule 132 safety measures for tunneling operation. 133 pneumatic tools. 134 shafts. Lift for shaft was rule 135 lift for shaft. Rule 136 means of communication. Rules 137 signals. Rules 138 clearances. Rules 139 shelters. Rules 140 use of internal combustion engines. Rules 141 inflammable oils. Rules 142 coupling and hoses. Rules 143 hose installation. Rules 1144 fire resistant hoses. Rules 145 flame proof equipment. Rules 146 storing of all of oil and fuel underground. Rules 147 use of gases underground. Rules 148 water for firefighting. Rules 149 flooding. Rules 150 steel curtains. Rules 151 rest shelters. Rules 152 permissible limit of exposure of chemicals. Rules 153 ventilation. Rules 154 air supply intake point. Rules 155 emergency generators. Rules 156 air means. Rules 157 bulkhead and air locks. Rules 158 diaphragms. Rules 159 portable electric hand tools. Rules 160 circuit breaker. Rules 161 transformer. Rules 161 live wires. Rules 163 welding sets. Rules 164 quality and quantity of air. Rules 165 working temperature. Rules 166 man locks and working in compressed air environment. Rules 167 safety instruction. Rules 168 medical lock. Chapter 14 construction repair and maintenance of steep roof. 169 work on steep roof. Rules 170 construction and installation of roofing brackets. Rules 171 crawling boards. Chapter 15 ladder and step ladders. Rules 172 construction and safe use. Rules 173 rungs. Rules 174 materials for ladders. Chapter 16 catch platform and hand hoardings, chutes, safety belts and nets. Rules 175 catch platforms. Rules 176 hoardings. Rules 177 chutes, its construction and use. Chutes. Rules 178 safety belt and its use. Rules 179 safety net and its use. Rules 180 storage of safety belts and nets etc. Chapter 17 structural frame and formwork. Rules 181 general provision. Rules 182 formwork, false work and shoring. Rules at 183, erection or dismantling of steel and prefabricated structure. Rules 184, formwork. Rules 185, reshoring. Chapter 18, stacking and unstacking. Rules 186, stacking and unstacking of materials and articles. Rules 187, stacking of certain and other materials. Chapter 19, the scaffold. 188, scaffold construction. 189, supervision by a responsible person. 190, maintenance. 191, standard laser putlocks. 192, working platform. 193, board planks decking. 194, repair of damaged scaffold. Rules 195, opening. Rules 196, guardrails. Rules 197, scaffold used by building workers of different employers. Rules 198, protection against electric power line. Rules 199, screening net and wire nets. Rules 200, tower scaffold. Rules 201, gear for suspension of scaffold. Rules 202, trestle scaffold and cantilever scaffold. Rules 203, scaffold supported by building. Rules 204, use of winches and climbers for suspended scaffold. Rules 205, safety devices for suspended scaffold. Rule Chapter 20, coffer dams and caissons. Rules 206, general provisions. Rules 207, pressure plant and equipment. Rules 208, safety committee. Rules 209, safety officer. Rules 210, reporting of accidents. Rules 211, procedure for inquiry into causes of accidents or dangerous occurrences. Chapter 22, explosives. Rules 212, handling of explosives. Rules 213, precautions. Rules now. Chapter 23, piling. Rules 214, general provisions. Rules 215, stability of adjacent structures. Rules 216, protection of operator. Rules 217, instruction to and supervision of building workers on a pile driving equipment. Rules 218, entry of unauthorized person. Rules 219, inspection and maintenance of pile driving equipment. Rules 220, operator of pile driving equipment. Rule 221, working platform on piling frames. Rules 222, pile testing. Chapter 24, medical facilities. Rules 223, medical examination of building workers, etc. Rules 224, duties of construction medical officer. Rules 225, occupational health centers. Rules 226, ambulance room. Rules 227, ambulance van. Rules 228, stretchers. Rules 229, occupational health center health services for the building workers. Rules 230, notice of poisoning or occupational diseases. Rules 231, first aid boxes. Rules 232, emergency care services or emergency treatment. Now, Chapter 25, information to Bureau of Indian Standards. Rules 233, furnishing of information to Bureau of Indian Standards. Part 4, Hours of Work, Welfare, Payment of Wages, Registers and Records, etc. Chapter 26, Rules 234, Hours of Work, Intervals of Rest, Spread over, etc. Rules 235, Weekly Rest, Payment for work done on the day of rest at overtime rate, etc. Rules 236, Night Shifts. Rules 237, Application of provisions of the Chapter 2, Certain classes of building workers. Chapter 27, Notices, Registers, Records and Collection of Statistics. Rules 238, Notice of Wage Period, etc. Rules 239, Notice of Commencement and Completion. Notice of persons employed as building workers. Rules 241, Muster Roll, Wages Register, Deduction Register, Overtime Register and issue of wage books and service certificates. Rules 242, Returns. Chapter 38, Chapter 28, Chapter 28, Welfare of Building Workers. Rules 243, Latrines and urinal accommodation. Rules 244, Canteens. Rules 245, Food stuff to be served in the canteen. Rules 246, Serving of tea and snacks at the workplace. Rules 247, Change of foodstuffs. Chapter 29, Wages. 248, Power of Wages. 249, Display of notices of wages regarding data of payment of wages. Now, Chapter 5, that is last chapter, Miscellaneous Provisions. Chapter 30, Power of Directors General and Inspectors. 250, Power to engage exports agencies. 251, Power of Inspectors. 252, Prohibition Order. In case of Schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, Form 1. Form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and so on. Thank you.